Hey everyone, the demo for Dragon Quest XI Echoes of an Elusive Age S is finally here on the Nintendo Switch. We've been waiting a long time for this to finally come out, and it came out today. I talked about it on the last episode of Nintendo Switchcraft, my Nintendo podcast, the fact that it was coming out, but I hadn't had a chance to check it out yet. So I ended up streaming over on my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/runjumpstomp, just a little bit of the demo so I could get my first impressions. And I am also somebody who has played a little bit of the PS4 version. So this video, I'm going to compare the PS4 version to the Nintendo Switch version just a little bit and give you my overall impressions. My very first impression that I ran into when I started playing this was, okay, they definitely took a big resolution hit. I'm not sure exactly what resolution the game is in, but the pixels are kind of big, and it really stands out when there are blades of grass around. As soon as you get away from those blades of grass, though, as soon as you get into a cave or a dungeon or something like that, you're like, oh, this looks really, really good. And it really depends on what environment you're in. The frame rate is solid the whole time. I think it's 30 frames per second, but I've never been somebody who's really good at spotting this is 60 frames per second and this is 30 frames per second. What I will say is that the frame rate is solid. It stays the same the whole time. And at the end of the day, that is what is most important, especially when you're talking about a turn-based JRPG. Having a super high frame rate is not super important. So I would say that the frame rate's really good. The resolution takes a hit. Everything else is exactly like the PlayStation version. Actually, no, it's not. Everything else is not exactly like the PlayStation version. The PlayStation version has MIDI music or synthesized music, and the Nintendo Switch version has the orchestrated version. Now, I personally didn't really notice. I don't know if you guys know this about me. I have tinnitus. I have very bad hearing. And because of that, I just didn't really notice the difference. And when people were like, oh, listen to that music, it's so much better than the PS4 version, I was like, what are you guys talking about? And then they explained exactly what they meant. So I loaded up the PS4 version and listened. I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, there is a difference. Would I personally notice the difference if I wasn't listening to one right after the other? No, I wouldn't. I'm sure that there are people out there who would. And that's kind of the same thing that I have to say about the graphics. At first, the first thing for the graphics that I noticed is that it looked a little blurry and stretched out. The pixels looked big, and overall, it just didn't really look awesome. But that's because I'm used to the PlayStation 4 version. After about 10 or 15 minutes of playing, all of that faded away. You really only tend to notice the limitations of the Nintendo Switch when on Dragon Quest XI when you are looking at it side by side with the PlayStation. In here, I'm going to throw some footage so you can see both like the same scene from the PlayStation version and the same scene from the Switch version so that you can compare them yourself. At the end of the day, unless you're looking at these things side by side, I think that you're going to be all set. And playing it on the Switch is probably going to be the better experience. Not only do you have extra quests, but you also have the symphonic music. You can take it anywhere you want. And if all of that wasn't enough to convince you, then you also have the 16-bit version, which is built right into the game, and you can switch at any time that you want. Now, when I loaded this up, I was like, oh, I'm going to start in 16-bit version and see what that's like, because I had already played the 3D version on my PS4. I never beat it, but I got about 10 hours in and got distracted by shiny things. So I went to select the 2D version, and the game doesn't come with the 2D version. Or I'm sorry, let me rephrase. The demo doesn't come with the 2D version. And because it doesn't come with the 2D version, I was like really disappointed. However, the actual game when it comes out will come with the 2D version, so keep that in mind. I really wanted to play that 16-bit art style just to try it out, but I wasn't able to. That being said, I'm sure that that's going to run great, and I'm looking forward to it. So Dragon Quest XI-S is one of those games that I have been looking forward to for a really long time. I ended up buying it on PS4 only because I got tired of waiting, and B, it was on a really low sale. And so I have to decide now, am I going to double dip and buy the game again? I've done that with a few games where I bought it again on Switch when I've already had it. For instance, Rocket League, I ended up buying on Switch again. And almost invariably, I don't regret it. So, am I going to buy it again on Switch? I probably will. Am I going to buy it on September 27th when the game comes out? I probably won't, because that's only 7 days after Link's Awakening comes out, and I'm going to be busy playing that. Plus, I've got Fire Emblem Three Houses that I still haven't finished, and I feel like I'm getting kind of, well, not close, but I'm approaching the halfway point. I'm at chapter 8 on my Black Eagles run. I'm really enjoying that game, and I'm looking forward to playing more Dragon Quest XI. And now all I can do, since I played the demo this morning, is think about, oh, let's play some more on my PS4 because I can play the whole game right there. But I may end up going into my PS4 and deleting it, just so that if I want to play it, I have to re-download it, because I want to play it on the Switch. I want to be able to take it with me. I want those 16-bit graphics. I want the symphonic music that I won't be able to tell the difference in, and I want to be able to play that game wherever the hell I want. I want to be able to play it on different TVs in my house, and I can't do that with my PS4 version. So I would love to hear what you guys think of the video footage that I showed you, and if you have decided if Dragon Quest XI is a game that you're going to be picking up, or if you're going to take a pass. The second half of this year on the Nintendo Switch is jam-packed, so I'm not really sure what it is that I'm going to do, and I just got a message on Discord, so I'm going to mute all that stuff. But anyway, if you have any comments that you want to share them in the comment section below, and I will see you guys next time. Until then, bye-bye.